So I'm gonna do a thorough review of this book today. Finished it several days ago, but wanted to go do several passes on it 2 or 3 more times to make sure I didn't miss anything. And overall, it's an excellent book. Okay, if you're dealing with somebody who is a covert narcissist, then this is one of the books. I would start with this book. I would start with this before buying anything else. And I will explain to you why. Okay, let me show you what you are to expect. And by the way, this is written by Debbie Mirza. She has a YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to her and check out her videos. And this book, if you've never dealt with somebody who's like this, with this type of a personality, this type of a behavior, then this book will help you understand what this type of person is, because the abuse goes unnoticed. Okay, let me tell you this. The victims of a covert passive-aggressive narcissist, they are the only ones who know the abuse. Because the covert means hidden. Okay, the covert narcissist attacks you privately. Okay, the covert narcissist doesn't act the same way in public as they do in private. So most of the abuse that the victim has received is done in private, and you've never seen it. So you never really know if someone has been emotionally abused. So, and most of the abuse from this type of narcissist is mostly emotional. Okay, they are projecting their insecure selves towards you. That's why they do their abuse emotionally instead of physically. Sometimes they would abuse you physically too. Like for example, a physically abusive parent or something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what to expect. I'm not gonna spoil this book for you, but I'm gonna show you table of contents, and what to expect reading this book. Okay, it defines clearly what the covert passive-aggressive narcissist is. Covert narcissist or covert or passive-aggressive person that's male, female, or the third sex. Okay, everybody else in between. This book applies to all genders, all sexes. Okay, so it goes through the traits of a covert narcissist, the manipulation tactics. Okay, when you're going through this book, if you've been through a covert narcissist and you're very observant, or you have an INFJ personality like I do, you will realize that the manipulation tactics and the traits that were described here, it will start clicking in your head. It'll be like, yeah, that's right. It's exactly what I'm dealing with. And you can even add more to this. You can even contribute and go to her channel and add more information on that, because we all have different experiences. And what I like with this book is she was open to, because she realizes that every situation is different, and this is not a one solution kind of thing. That you should also connect with people who dealt with this type of narcissist, because this type of narcissist is the most insidious, the most dangerous of all, because they do lack empathy. Okay, so this is the next page. If you missed the other page, just pause it. Okay, even gives you traits of a covert narcissist checklist. It gives you a checklist in the back. This is a reader-friendly book. You can be high school educated and read through this and understand every single thing that this book talks about. So this is the one that I would start with if you're trying to build up a library on covert narcissism. Okay. So overall, I like the book. From a 1 to 10, I do give it a 10. I give it a 10 because if somebody dealt with a demon like this thing is a demon, man. Because if you this covert aggressive narcissist, passive aggressive narcissist is a demon because the characteristics, the traits of this person is exactly what the Bible talks about as satanic, as demonic. Okay, think about it like this. Judas, okay, deceived Jesus. Okay, Delilah deceived Samson. Okay, Cain deceived Abel. Okay, and many other stories. Abraham, Moses, and things like this. The victims of the covert narcissist. And sure, there are some of them who are violent, like physically violent. I know all the 5 covert narcissists that raised me, they were all fucking abusive, and not just to me, also to other kids when I was growing up. You see what I'm saying? This will give you a closure to your experience. And what I like about this book is it also talks about a healing. Okay, there's a chapter here, not a chapter, but a section on healing. So that's her right there. You can get this on Amazon. So what I did not like about this book, okay, I've written some notes here that I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna show you why I did not. Okay, I wrote some notes right here. See if I can pull them out. Okay, the first one. I disagreed on her assumption that you should just ignore the cause of the emotional abuse, either bad childhood, poverty, being spoiled. So what she essentially said in one of the sections here that I disagreed on is, if you know the cause of the passive aggression in the covert narcissist, she's like, hey, yeah, just leave it alone. It doesn't really matter. Like blah blah. Let's just focus on healing. I don't believe that. I don't agree with that. I even put right here. Okay, this is not a sexist statement. This is a biologically real, a factual statement. The women are situational and emotion-based thinkers. Okay, because she wants you to. I'm not going against her idea that hey, we should go heal. But what I'm saying is, if you know, like personal stories about the covert narcissist childhood, like for example, your mom or your dad, is a covert narcissist, and you knew about their childhood, they had a bad childhood, or they grew up in poverty, or they were spoiled as kids, then you know the cause of that, and you can maneuver through that. Like you can create situations where you will expose them in public so they wouldn't do things to you. Like you would deal with bring them around children and things like that, and they'll start feeling queasy and things like this, and people will start picking up. People with very highly intuitive intuition will pick up on that thing, and they'd be like, hey, this person is covert. So it's one of the things that I disagree with, but other than that, it's pretty good. And the next one is with her assumption that you should ignore the covert narc's bad behavior as conscious or unconscious. Their behavior is conscious, or they will end up doing it to everybody else. So that's a good point, right? If the covert narc's behavior, okay, is unconscious, if that's just the way they are, they will start doing it to everybody else, okay? But what I'm finding out is they are only picking picking certain people of certain character or personality. If you're a nice guy, if you're like, laid back, calm, just like me, you're not a violent person, and then you're really a kind person who really want to help other people, they will attack you. Those are the kind of people that this demon like to attack the most. Okay. So their behavior is conscious, or they will end up doing it to everybody else. That's what I said. And notice how the covert narc selects targets with similar personality to you. Okay. You're a kind, humble individual. You're real. You're not fake. You just want to do you. Okay. You just want to pursue personal freedom. Then they will go ahead and this kind of people, they will go ahead, will attack you. Okay. It's important to remember that the most of the abuse that you get from this one is crazy making. It's like they're trying to make you question your reality. They're trying to make you think that you're crazy, that you're what you chose to do in life. Like, for example, me, I joined the military. They say, "Oh, you're crazy. You're violent." Blah blah blah. But that's not the case. Okay. The reason why I chose that is because I never grew up with a father in my life. Okay. I needed a masculine figure in my life in order to maintain my masculinity. Okay. Because I grew up with women, man. They raised me. And I know women more than I know men. Okay. So this kind of people I dealt with on a daily basis ever since I was born and shit. Because I was taken, man. I was adopted, and I believe I was taken, and my biological mother was like thrown away like that. As soon as they got me, they threw her away. They say, they said all kinds of bad shit probably. That's why she ran away. And she also said, they also told me that my biological mother was supposed to pick me up once I become a teenager, but she never got back. She never came back. So why is that? How come she never got back? Because she knew that my 5 aunts, who adoptive aunts who raised me, are this kind of personality. Okay, this type of person. They're basically, this is your typical sociopath. Okay, and then the overt is a psychopath. So that's it for this video. Peace out.